Welcome back, guys. Welcome back to Kulture Vulture. This is episode 10.
10?
10. Welcome back.
I didn't know they made it that far.
This is their 10th. This
Wow.
is now our 10th. We're a part of this.
This is true.
We are here. Such a pleasure to be on this podcast.
Every 10 that we're going to switch. So we'll do the next 10 and then obviously the other 2 will come back. Episode 20, I guess.
Yeah,
we'll let them come back.
See if they get that far. Welcome back, Isaac Marquez alongside Josiah Poynter. Wait. April Fools. We gotcha. Finley Pendergast alongside Nolan Reynolds here with the Collegian. We usually do the sports podcast, but here we are on Kulture Vulture.
Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing here. This is the definition of a polar bear in Arlington, Texas, because I don't belong here.
Yeah. But we got 45 minutes, however long we got. So let's just spew out whatever entertainment, pop culture stuff that we know.
It's not going to be a lot. I don't know how I'm going to do this for 45 minutes, but
so let's just get right into it, starting with something that we're both super passionate about.
Life?
I mean, oh yeah, that's life. Excuse me. So it is spring break. What are your spring break plans?
I'm going to not do anything work related. I'm going to enjoy my time off, spend some quality time with the fam and the girl, the lady, the wife. So we're going to have a great spring break, and I hope I don't get contacted by anybody that I work with.
That's good. That's always good to have some boundaries. You know, I think.
Absolutely.
Will you be hunting eggs, perhaps?
No, I'm not a big egg hunter. I think I'll be on the drive back down 99 that day, because if you don't know, Collegian Fest, day after we come back from spring break here at Fresno State, Collegian Fest, be there. Shout out.
Or be square. But be there April 6th. Collegian Fest, the very first ever
in the history of the first 104 years of the Collegian. First Collegian Fest.
Yeah, there's going to be some prizes, some cool stuff, some music, food.
Maybe even a chance to meet us. Or the other 2. Isaac and Josiah, maybe. We'll see. We'll see if they're allowed out there.
Well, we'll see. Maybe they'll be doing a podcast out there. Maybe you could be doing a podcast with them. Who knows?
Maybe you could be doing a podcast with us, because the sports podcast is way better than this one, because we've been going for 36 episodes. They've only been going for 10. So
make sure you check out Collegian Cool Down after this, of course. You're going to watch it for us, and then you're going to go back to the cool down, get all your latest news. So let's just get right into this and to the real topic. I mean, we were chomping at the bit to talk about this.
I mean, just like scratch, like you know when dogs are just like clawing at a fence, like that was me.
I mean, they needed to put 2 leashes on me. I know they put 1 on you, but yeah. I'm really excited
2 leashes
about this
and
one.
a harness.
Hannah Montana.
Yeah,
she's back.
It's a great song.
Which one?
I don't know.
Right. Hannah Montana is apparently back with a special.
Allegedly.
Why are we remaking another
money?
Hannah Montana?
I love money. Like,
okay, Mr. Krabs. Did you watch either the original or the new special that just came out?
I did not. I was more of a Victorious iCarly kid growing up. I was not a Hannah Montana kid, but allegedly a great show. I guess I just hate that, it's getting rebooted for money purposes, because that's all people care about now. And yeah. Capitalism, money.
It's a shame that it has infected Hollywood, but here we are.
Well, I think it's always been there,
right? But they've got Hannah now. They've gotten to her.
True. This is true. This is so sad.
I don't think I'll be partaking in the special. I did watch the movie way back when it came out.
Yeah.
Hello, New York, and then obviously with the cows. So that was way back when. Not a huge listener to Hannah, but if you're a fan, good for her that she came out. She popped out with a new special.
Yeah,
because they love their nostalgia. But is it too much sometimes when you keep rebooting? And I feel like you're beating a dead horse right there.
Yeah, one of the biggest things that I've seen is Moana. I don't know if you're tuned into those movies.
Mm-hmm.
They've gotten 2 Moanas. They've rebooted a live action, and there's a 3rd movie coming out. So a lot
animated.
A lot of money flowing in for Disney because it's comfortable, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
You know, people know that, or Disney knows that people are going to gravitate towards that kind of movie, and I think all they're seeing is just dollar signs, and I don't know how to feel about that.
You're seeing The Rock's time slot is just open, so let's just fill it with another movie.
This is true.
Another couple of movies. Now that we're talking about nostalgia, whether it's a TV, let's stick with TV now.
TV.
Let's bring it back into Hannah Montana, who of course was a TV show, and then they had the movie, and then they're back doing whatever the heck they just released. Top 3 TV shows from your childhood. And let's take out the obvious, Sports Center all day, because we can sit there.
the Sportsnet Central,
right.
Obviously. If it's not, number 1 is obviously SpongeBob. I think that's the most molding TV show of a generation. You go ask anybody, anywhere really. You can ask anybody on campus or out in Fresno if they watched SpongeBob growing up, and they'll say, yes, it was the greatest show ever, or no, my parents didn't let me watch it, which is a telling that the second one is my parents didn't let me, because that means you're lame. Kidding. But it's not no, I didn't. It's no, my parents didn't let me. So obviously, you knew about it. One of the greatest shows of all time. That's that. That could fill up 1, 2, and 3 for me. 3 for me from Chili's, by the way. Great meal. I think, iCarly has to be up there. Great show. Love Gibby. Great character.
Gibby.
Great character. Don't say that. I'll take my shirt off and I'll be Gibby. I will be Gibby. You ever put tacos on a stick?
No, I haven't. Still don't know how. What?
Yeah.
Tebow? Still don't know how he did it.
Tim Tebow? Number 3. I'll just go with a classic and go Pokemon. That was a good one. Waking up Saturday mornings. Allegedly, no. I was close in a few games, but never caught them all. So it's a tragic route that I had to unfortunately come to terms with as I grew out of Pokemon. But I think those are my top 3. Pokemon and iCarly can interchange, but SpongeBob definitely levels ahead of the pack.
I would have to agree. I think SpongeBob is most definitely in my top 3. They are that little sponge is on the Mount Rushmore of absolutely everything in pop culture, in life.
Absolutely.
A great teacher.
Mm-hmm.
I think that I'm not going to put him at the 1, but I'm going to put him in the top 3.
In the top 3.
I will say my 1, if you know me, you know anything about me, it's going to be Star Wars. So I got to go with Star Wars: The Clone Wars. We can transform this episode into 5 hours director's cut of me spewing my Star Wars knowledge, but we'll reel it back in.
But is that childhood? I feel like
yes.
I feel like the end of Clone Wars though came out when we were grown though.
Season 7 came out in 2020 or 2021, but 1 through 5.
Okay, my apologies. I only know the animated movie, classic movie by the way, but I didn't dive into
when did that come
the
out?
TV show.
When you were a kid.
Yeah, but that was the movie.
Yeah, they went the movie and then the TV show.
Oh, I thought the TV show came out later.
No.
My bad, guys. Sue me, arrest me, right here. Put the cuffs on.
So I'm gonna go Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Fantastic show. You want to talk about life lessons with SpongeBob? Life lessons in the Clone Wars. They start off every episode with just a little 1-sentence thing. Loving your brothers,
so like a
clones,
Panda Express fortune cookie.
Except it actually is worth looking at, and not just you're gonna have a great day, something like that. It's something useful. So Clone Wars there. And if we're gonna talk about childhood shows and not mention Drake and Josh, I don't want to be anywhere near this podcast.
That's okay.
If we're not mentioning Drake and Josh.
Drake and Josh was my brother's era, I feel. My oldest brother, who's about 10 years older, made it uncool for me to watch. So not like, but he was like, I get to watch this because I'm cool. You don't get to watch this. So I didn't get to enjoy. I do remember the episode where he hit Oprah with his car. I believe it was Oprah, right? Yeah. So there's some ball knowledge.
There we go. That's deep. That's deep in the bag. And excuse me that my mind didn't directly go to this when we're thinking of childhood shows. I think I have to do a Mount Rushmore, which is 4, and add in Avatar. I don't know why that completely escaped my mind.
It says top 3.
It says top 3.
Why aren't you following?
Now I'm going.
Why aren't you following the script?
Now I'm going with Mount Rushmore because there's 4: Avatar, SpongeBob, Clone Wars, Drake and Josh. You can add in a 4th, or you can just go top 3.
No, I'll stick with the top 3 because that's what the script says.
You don't have to stick to the script. We can go off.
This is strict.
I don't know how it's done around here, but I'm going to say Mount Rushmore and say 4 because Avatar. The fact that didn't come first to my mind, I'm a little disappointed at myself. Did you ever watch it?
Again, this was an older brother thing. Made it uncool, so. Unfortunately, I did not. If we're going Mount Rushmore, I'll put Lego Ninjago in my Mount Rushmore.
Turns out he was a robot the whole time. That was a crazy episode.
I'm gonna start clip farming like Isaac.
I thought I was Isaac.
No, I'm Isaac.
No, you're Josiah.
No, I'm Isaac.
Bizarro podcast is this? Let's keep it up with the nostalgia.
Should we just
like OG?
This is why we just stick to our things, man.
But we're here. Might as well talk about it. OG. When you hear OG,
original gangster,
what do you think about?
Fortnite. Love me some OG Fortnite.
Now we're on the topic. What's your dream setup? You got those 5 slots.
So obviously we got the gold scar. Okay. We're obviously like end game.
And this is what season?
End game loadout. This is
no matter what?
Season 3-ish.
OG
season 3. We got the gold scar. We got. Got to get the bolt. Sniper in there. Either a purple tack shotgun with a rocket launcher and meds, or a pump attack SMG and meds.
Respectable.
You can interchange them based on.
Depends on how you're feeling.
Based on the in the circle, you never know. Like if I'm out in fatal fields, gonna have to be a little more active. Use that RPG. But if I'm out in Wailing Woods, I'm running that pump.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I think if we're talking OG, I was not good enough to pump tack or double pump. That was not for me. I knew my role, and at that time, I was a healer. Okay.
Yeah.
I was not running around with dual shotties. So, give me a scar. I'll take a purple scar. I give my good players the gold.
Yeah.
But there came a time, season 7, season 8, where I really hit my stride, where I was slobbering on my controller, sweating, trying to win games.
Oh yeah.
And that's where I would take the good loot. But I'll go scar. Give me attack. I need to be able to at this time. I need to be able a little bit of spray.
Yeah.
And then give me a Medi Betty. Give me some mini pots, and then give me a sniper.
Mini shields were not in OG Fortnite, so they didn't come out until about season 5. So you're, am I wrong?
Very wrong. They came out like season 2.
No.
Yeah, minis.
No. Yeah. Not season 2.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No. Somebody fact check me. I can guarantee you they came out later than season 2. Season 2 was not minis.
Season 2?
Yeah,
late season 2, Tilted Towers came out.
No.
Yes.
No. What? Am I? I'm getting punked.
Season 5?
I'm getting punked.
Season 5, that was summer. That was Paradise.
I'm getting punked. I swear I'm getting punked. You're lying.
Yeah.
You're punking me.
Season 2, the huge update where they added Tilted.
I thought season 2 was when they added like Salty and Fail.
No, that was like before seasons were even
Tilted
a thing.
was season 3. Why are you looking at me like that?
Because I'm so flabbergasted at the fact that you think it came out that long ago.
We're going to have to take a rain check on that because I think you're wrong. But anyways.
You can think I'm wrong. I know you're wrong. There's a difference here. You think I'm wrong? I know.
Well, you know, Finley.
So you that was crazy, man.
Fortnite chapter 4 or 5. Wow. I mean, so much.
I mean, it's kind of hard to, they're just so, one-minded. So it's just, they don't have lanes of knowledge.
Yeah.
So I can't really blame Nolan for not knowing about Tilted Towers in season 2.
It's like, you watch Rick and Morty and how you need to have a certain level of intellect to understand the show.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that, but with Fortnite.
Yeah. No one doesn't know about Double Pump, and we can't blame him for that. Yeah, he was outside touching grass, playing baseball, or whatever he does in Escalon.
Yeah, and personally, I was a double pump person. I low key four pumps. I go. I had 4 pumps in my inventory, and that's how it went. That's how you did it.
Yeah, I'll give Nolan credit where credit is due. He said Golden Scar first, and I could not agree more.
I disagree.
That is,
the blue burst. It was the best gun in OG Fortnite.
Were you talking about the FAMAS?
No, not the FAMAS. Was before the FAMAS. FAMAS was purple and gold. The blue burst, because it came in common through blue, and the blue burst.
No. Because if you're not head tapping, then it's useless.
Well, then you suck if you wasn't head tapping.
Okay, well, guess what?
And there's bloom in Fortnite, so recoil wasn't a thing. It's bloom, random chance. That burst, the first right where you want it.
No. Golden Scar was more accurate and allowed for a better fallback.
Before they nerfed the Golden Scar, when it did 98 headshot damage, yeah. But after that, when it did, I think 78, when they dropped it down, okay, then now even playing field.
But Fortnite is such a purist sport. It's such a purist sport that you have to appreciate what even if they have been nerfed. I would never ever trade in anything for a Golden Scar. Nothing. Not even today. I would not trade in a medallion. I would not trade in the Peter Griffin skin. I would not trade in, what else do they have? That Sabrina Carpenter skin, or like that one dance where you go like that.
Okay, yeah.
I'm not trading in any of that.
Yeah.
Now, Orange Justice is different. Orange Justice.
Hey.
Fun fact. I lied to my mom, and I told her I needed money for a field trip so I could buy. Orange Justice.
I'm so mad because I never asked my parents for skins.
So I did it very sparingly. Yeah.
So I'm an OG. I have the Mako glider. If you know that, you get season 2, I think, or season 1 or 2. OG glider because it was free. I have it, but nothing else in my account is OG because I didn't buy any skins.
Yeah, no, I think in terms of skins,
I have the OG ride the pony emote, like the I got that one OG.
I got the Ravenclaw skin, that one. That was the first one I bought. I'm very proud. I have this astronaut skin from season 3.
I think I know
3 or 4.
Yep.
And I have the whole thing for it. So I'm very proud of that. Yeah, that was the first one I bought the whole thing for.
Well, we appreciate this April Fool's. It's been quite the episode so far. I want to go back to one thing.
Yeah.
They're talking about the Hannah Montana show, and that's something I want to talk about, but not exactly the show.
Yes.
One thing about nostalgia and the acting industry, and specifically Hollywood, and how it's changed over time.
Yeah.
And one thing I've noticed is Hollywood, it's not how it used to be, at least when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
Granted, it's a shady business behind the scenes, but we're not talking about that right now. We're talking about the presentation, the aura of Hollywood, the actors and how they are big names and they're important and they sold movies. That doesn't happen anymore. And Ryan Gosling recently came out with a statement. He said, it's our job to make things that are worth viewers coming out.
Yes.
And that statement, I mean, it's Ryan Gosling. Anything he says, I'll happily go along with.
Yeah.
And that statement, it's resonating. It resonates because Hollywood, they don't care anymore. It's all remakes and just garbage that's out there.
Yeah.
And
did you watch the Hannah Montana thing?
I watched some. I wasn't able to finish it. Busy day, but
I watched.
Is it just like a
hour.
remake regurgitated?
No, it's not at all what I see. So the shady thing is that Miley actually admits, Miss Cyrus actually admits to some pretty shady business within it, because she says that she was like, oh yeah, like 3 years ago I said it was going to happen. That it's actually the Hanniversary. It's actually the specific title, if we want to get it correct, is the Hanniversary. That's what it's referred to as. So the Hanniversary, they were asking her like 2-3 years ago, like, yo, is there going to be something? And she was like, yeah, even though there was no plan. But it's very clearly marketed to put her dad in better lighting. And she even admits that. She's like, yeah, when we get along, everybody likes us better. I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. But I think that point agrees with Ryan Gosling's point about they're not there to make money. Like, clearly Miley Cyrus, Billy Ray Cyrus, Alex Cooper from Call Her Daddy, Chappell Roan, Selena, all those people in there are clearly in it for the money. Like they do not care about Hannah Montana.
Yeah.
And I was never a Hannah Montana super fan. Like, I watched the show, I like the show. And so it necessarily doesn't bother me too much, but it does bother me because a lot of those shows on Disney Channel I did watch. And I feel that they are prioritizing money because it's very clearly that Disney Channel did not treat its superstars well.
Oh, yeah.
So I know I mean, Miley Cyrus went through a whole thing where she just did drugs for a decade.
Yeah, and people like...
Yeah, and let's be honest, I'm not going to sit here and say I know everything, but like I would assume part of it has to be because of Disney, because...
And she's not even the only one.
No, Demi Lovato, Selena Gomez had some stuff that was a little more personal towards her, but...
So, like, going forward, like, how does, like, the acting industry in Hollywood, like, how do they save themselves? Do they even deserve that? I
think some of them do. I think, I actually read an article about this last semester about movie theaters decline. And one of the things I interviewed, somebody, and they were talking about how it is on the moviegoer to show, like, don't go to the movies if you're going to go see a bad movie, because you're going to complain about it. You're going to say, I wasted 2 hours of my life and $25. And then movie theaters are going to listen to that and they're going to be like, whatever. But the only things that the studios feel comfortable making are these very bad remakes, these very bad retellings of stories that we don't need. I think it is on the actors to choose better roles, to choose better projects, because I love A24. I'll go see an A24 movie anytime it's in theaters. There's certain movies I will go see anytime they're in theaters, but I really want to know, and I know this by certain actors, right? If I go see Emma Stone, I know I'm seeing a great movie because Emma Stone does not pick roles. The movie may be bad, they may underperform, it may not be what I was looking for, but I can tell that she's not going to put in a bad performance and she cares about the movie. Now, if you ask me to go see something Chris Pratt is in, I don't really know. And Chris Pratt's kind of, I liked him. For a long time. And then he was in this movie called Mercy this year. That was absolutely awful. Yeah. And he was also in the Jurassic Park stuff. And so, but no, it's on the actor to pick better roles, but it's on the moviegoer to tell the movie theaters, the studios, and the actors, like, I don't like that.
And it's one thing, just, you have to be really in tune with, like, the movie industry to know, like, oh, this actor's, the average moviegoer is not going to, like, know, like, oh, this actress is really good at picking roles. So they're going to go into a movie that looked cool and it's going to suck. And then, just leave a sour taste in their mouth. So I think for me, it's up to, like, every single, producer, like, top down. Yeah. And that's not going to happen. Realistically, it's not going to happen because execs are greedy.
I also think the movie theater experience is an experience within itself. I hate the phrase when people are like, I just wasted X amount of hours of my life. I'm like, you didn't, because you would have been either bored or just doing something else.
Yeah.
Like you saw something that like now you get to talk about it in 20 years and be like, remember how bad that movie is. Like, and I think the movie theater experience is ruined unfortunately by some people who maybe need to learn it better. I mean, if you're going to the movies and you don't know anything about movies, you should do some research. You should look at what you're going to watch. You shouldn't look at like a name person and be like, that if you don't know movies. And I feel like that's not that unreasonable ask, because you do that with almost any other thing. Almost any other thing that's casual, you do that. You don't know what show to watch and you're browsing, you read the description. Like you don't know what you want to get something new at a restaurant, you read what's on the thing. I don't understand why people are being asked, people are going to show up to, you know, Ant-Man Quantumanium, right? Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantumanium. And they're like, but where's Thanos at? Where's the cameos at?
The main difference is, you know, committing to a TV show is completely different than committing to going to the movies. The act of going to the movies, you know, it's like it should be, you know, a stress-free, because it's a fun thing. I want to. It's a date. It's a friend planned. And you know why? Like I don't want to research going to the movies. That's like another thing.
No, but you want to know what movie you're going to watch, because again, this is a commitment. It's the same thing to a streaming service. That like you're going to spend $25.
With like trailers, like okay, every movie trailer is going to make trailers the movie.
Trailers are so bad now.
That's how those movies marketed, and you could only the information you're given is like where you can form your opinion on before you watch it.
I think we can go back and forth on this, but I think the real culprit is the studios that are putting out this trash content.
Yeah,
and like. And I think I do agree with you actually, because I think when you look at the studios, you look at like Warner Brothers or you look at Netflix, those idiots at Netflix, and I hate Netflix. I hate Netflix. I really do. They're awful people.
Hates Netflix.
I do. And they have Train Dreams on there, which was a great movie. But you look at they're like, they're so concerned about making money, and they know a remake will make money, but it won't perform. And then these people that go to the movies are like, it's not good. I'm not going back to the movies because it's all they're putting out. And I'm like, no, you didn't pick the right one. But also the one that's promoted to you the most is the bad one, because it's made by Disney and they have $1 billion just to spend wherever they want.
Yeah. So is the answer to Hollywood just like?
The answer to Hollywood, I can tell you this right now. There's two things. We need studios that care about the films they make, like A24 or
even A24
or Blumhouse or Neon, like care about the projects. And two, we need directors to set a vision forward for the rest of the modern cinema era, or whatever we're going to call it. Because if you look at the 70s, Francis Ford Coppola, a bunch of these other directors that came out around that time really reset the film landscape. It was in a similar spot to where we are at in like the 60s and the 50s. And I'm sure Philip, our wonderful producer, knows about this, but there was this new wave of directors that came by, and they really added personality to their films, and they were original, and they weren't remakes. They were original ideas, and people were willing to take a risk on that.
Who are those? Like I know there's like the emergence, like the full IMAX experience.
Yeah.
That's one, kind of way people were doing it. Nolan, who else?
Christopher Nolan, Ryan Coogler.
Yeah.
I forget his name. Dennis, the director of Dune.
Philip. He doesn't know. Film major doesn't.
Well, it's French.
Yeah,
I think.
But yeah, it's so hard because producers have to take those chances in order to do that, and it's easy to fail.
Yeah.
And our society, if you fail once, you get written off pretty easily.
No, that's true. And let's face it, Toy Story 5 is going to make more money than whatever original movie's out that weekend.
Yeah.
Right. So when you better hope that Disney doesn't put out a movie the same week you put out a movie, because your movie's not going to make any money. It's the same thing for Mickey 17. They didn't believe in the original idea that was Mickey 17, so they didn't put as much effort to it. They didn't put as much effort in marketing it, and it failed because people viewed it as a bad movie because it didn't make money. It's like, no, you didn't market it. You didn't market it the same way you're marketing, whatever. And I understand why Spider-Man gets marketing, why Avengers gets marketing, Superman, Avatar, X, Y, and Z. I mean, I'm going to go see these movies, right? I'm part of the issue.
Yeah.
That being said, I'm also going out to go see these smaller films, but it really is a marketing issue. It's it's a corporate issue.
And back to you mentioned all of those superhero movies. That's also another issue in Hollywood that a lot of people brought up. Just like a thing going about superhero movie fatigue, and we've talked about it earlier in The Office.
Yeah,
and how superhero movies, they're here to stay in the industry. They're going to be a staple going forward. The comic book world and the movie industry world, it's going to be here forever. I don't foresee any decade of like cinema where there's not like a cinematic universe of like either Marvel or DC, or maybe even
Harry Potter's coming back.
Yep.
They're talking about revamping Lord of the Rings, which I think is crazy. I think that is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life.
It's just gonna be all CGI even more. Like, can we? Yeah,
bro.
And are you one for movie fatigue, or do you believe in that?
No, I don't. I think people are tired of bad movies.
Yeah,
I can tell you, I'm tired of bad movies.
But with superhero movies, it's a different. Like, if it's a bad superhero movie in a cinematic universe, it just sets the entire product back.
It does. I think what Marvel is finally starting to realize is that they're not Disney, even though they're owned by Disney. And I think they're very unique in that, because I don't think Star Wars is quite the same way. It's definitely different than Disney in the same way, just different than Marvel is. But Marvel has this intense lore to draw from. Same thing as DC. I mean, Marvel and DC are the two big dogs, and I love smaller comics, but they don't have the lore and the universe that these bigger companies do that make these movies. So yeah, when they make a bad movie, it hurts, because these are fans from, I mean, my grandfather goes sees these because he read Iron Man when he was like 11, right? He's going to go see these movies because he read Hulk when he was 8. The same thing. It's like, I'm seeing these movies because Chris Evans is like my cat. Like, that's how I got into superheroes. Yeah. So you have all these moving parts and so many people that love these movies. And so when something does bad in a cinematic universe where that's going to be referenced, or even worse, not brought up at all.
I was just about to bring that up.
It can be too much, but I don't see a reality where there's not going to be, because they make so much money and they are so popular.
And that's the worst. Bringing up, we have Eternals. Has that even been referenced in, besides like the hand in rising from the earth? I don't think anything else from Eternals has been referenced. They teased what's his face, Black Knight. No reference.
Yeah.
Which Marvel movie had the singer dude, Thanos' brother?
Star Fox.
Yes.
Star Fox.
He nowhere to be seen. Probably won't ever be seen again.
No. And they wasted actually. I can't remember his name, but Patton Oswalt played him. His little guy. He's super. He's actually really cool in the comics.
Yeah, there's just so much waste going in.
Yeah,
and it's sad to see, because a lot of these characters have their own history, have their own. They can have their standalone shows, movies, or even specials. Yeah. I mean, look at Punisher. I mean, he had a whole 2 seasons, but he's also getting a special. Why don't we have more specials?
I would love to have more specials. But you can look at their competitors at DC. I mean, given there's not a lot to pull from yet, but I'm looking there. Lex Luthor shows up in Peacemaker. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
Mr. Terrific makes as far as I know, his live action debut. Very, very cool.
Actually, he was in the CW show.
God.
He was there.
You know what? This entire problem could be solved by the CW just making stuff, because then nobody will go see it, because they'll ruin it after 4 seasons,
dude.
And for no reason. They will ruin it. They don't know how to not ruin something after season 4.
Arrow season 2 is one of my favorite seasons of any television ever. I don't want to go back and watch it because I feel like it's gonna suck. But me remembering Arrow season 2, wow.
I mean, I loved the Flash show.
Yep.
But when Gorilla Grodd went back in time to try to kill Obama, I was a little out.
Yeah.
But no, I mean,
when Harrison Wells, who's like, the dab, that's how we greet each other on our or my Earth. It's like,
that's awful.
I love this CW show.
No, but it does suck, because I want these shows to be good. Yeah. I want these movies to be good. I want to spend my money at these, and I will. But, I mean, yeah, we haven't seen anything with the Turtles. The closest thing that we've seen is
the Adamantium, right?
I mean, that, and then Camille Nanjiani, I can't remember his exact name, but I mean, he got one of his movie posters show up and
really?
throughout there was like 4 different episodes where there was a poster up in Wonder Man of him. Loki had one when they went back in time for the second season. Yeah, he's in that movie. But that's like literally it. That's literally it. The biggest thing like that we've gotten is like non-existent. You know what I'm saying? Like it's frustrating. It's frustrating because I didn't like the 2.5 hours I spent watching Eternals. I don't think it's wasted, but I didn't like it. But the least you can do for me is you know, put one of them in a movie.
That's just so much wasted potential. And you know, Marvel has
directed by Chloe Zhao, by the way. One of like the greatest. You want to talk about a filmmaker who could do stuff? Chloe Zhao can really beat you with her movies. They're really sad, and I was just like, she does not understand these characters or the lore or what they were saying. But I don't know if that's because Kevin Feige had something to say about it. But
you never. Yes.
Why is it a cameo fest? Nobody knows. Why are you introducing Blade?
There's 7 or 8 main characters. Why do you need to introduce more?
They did an Easter egg. They referenced Black Knight, and in that Easter egg, Blade has a cameo. That is insane. That's insane. That's like if you got all the players from the 2014 Super Bowl Patriots and Seahawks, and you're like, yeah, I guess, and then all of a sudden, like, you know, Tony Romo shows up. Like, what are you doing here?
Well,
it just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, Hollywood. Long story short, they might be cooked. I think we'll wrap up that segment there because we are nearing the end of the episode.
Checking his watch.
Yep, that's about the end of the episode. So, you know, we're gonna end it with some dad jokes of the day. Josiah, I have 2, so you can go first.
Okay. Why do none of the cats like playing poker?
Why do none of the cats like playing poker? I don't know. Why not?
Everybody else that plays is a bunch of cheetahs.
Let's go. I'll give like a 4.5 out of 10.
Clap it up for me, guys. Clap it up. Thank you, Finley. You guys can't see off camera, but Finley's giving me 2 thumbs up. He's smiling. He's laughing. He's on the ground. Finley, you gotta get up. This is a professional environment, man.
All right, I got 2. The first one not as good as the second one, but I still liked it.
Okay.
How did the cyber criminal get away?
How did the cyber criminal get away, Isaac?
He ransomware. You know, like ransomware. Like, what? Okay.
Can we get Nolan back on here talking about Fortnite again?
All right, another one. It's not. It's like, you know, just you know.
Yeah.
You know, my wife is really mad at the fact that I have no sense of direction. So you know what I did?
What'd you do?
I just packed up my stuff and write. Alrighty, that is our 10th episode conclusion.
Yes.
April Fool's edition. It's been a blast. Hope you guys loved Finley and Nolan talking about Fortnite. They did a great job.
They did a job.
They did it.
We asked them to do a job and they did it. They did it.
All right, we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Yes. So yeah, have a good morning, good afternoon, good night, evening, dusk, dawn, noon.
Fortnite. Great Fortnite.
Have a great Fortnite. That's 2 weeks, by the way, in case you didn't know.
Yeah.
And we'll catch you guys on the next episode. Be kind.
Yeah.
And we'll see you guys.